What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hard Park 703 channel. So it is finally time for me to say goodbye to the Jeep. It was a great car. We had a good run. It's just finally time to move on to something else. Let me explain. Okay, so when I first got the Jeep, right, I started with the silver Jeep back in the day, and then I finally moved on to this one. They were cool, like they're convertibles and stuff, right? So I never had a convertible, and so I was like, this is the best of both worlds, right? Like I got an SUV and stuff, it's great in all types of weather. And then this way you get all the sunshine and stuff. Well then, ever since I got the Vet, I mean, I take the Vet out on like the nice days, and so I take the top off and stuff, and so I get my fix of sunshine, right? And so now I found myself that like kind of the Jeep in my life is like obsolete. Like it doesn't make sense anymore because I haven't taken the top down in years. And I've had no interest in doing that. And so, I mean, the Jeep itself, it doesn't serve a good purpose for me right now as my daily, because it's horrible on gas mileage now. As soon as you put big tires on it, I mean, kiss your gas mileage goodbye. And so, yeah, like, I mean, it's just consuming gas. It's worse on gas than my Vet, and so that doesn't make sense as a daily. And so, I mean, it's a beautiful car and everything like that, but it's time to finally move on. And so I picked out something really, really, really special. It's been a heck of a week. Obviously, you guys know I just uploaded the car show video. So I was putting all that together. I'm in the process of uploading all the segments for the part that I'm installing on the Vet, which what's today? Monday. Today's Monday. I got to drop off, like, while I'm filming this, I got to also drop off the parts today. I got to go pick up some other parts from NV Coating. Hopefully they're done. Tomorrow I'm planning on dropping off the Vet during lunchtime since I'm working. Today I took the day off. And then Wednesday's the install appointment. So hopefully, you know, like, fingers crossed, everything goes smoothly. But then at the same time, I'm also trying to, I'm doing this deal right now. So like, it's just crazy taking some time off from work and whatnot, and, you know, trying to get everything organized. So it's just a hectic week. But anyways, we'll talk about what I'm picking up, but let's just do one last look at the Jeep, so at least I can have that, like, you know, like, in my memory. So it wasn't a bad color, right? Like, the red really popped on these things. So, you know, I cleaned it up nicely and everything. And so then obviously I put mud tires, which now I understand why I shouldn't have put mud tires on it as a daily. The road noise is absurd. It is absolutely absurd. You can't even hear yourself think. But then obviously went with like tan colored wheels because of the fact that I had ordered the interior to match. So I got the tan interior, which is really nice. So it flowed really, really nicely, and I don't think a lot of people have done that type of setup. But yeah, so she's all cleaned up and everything, ready to get sold. So I mean, I'm gonna miss it in a way, but at the same time, I mean, just, it's such a harsh ride and everything, and it's just so loud, and you can hear everything. I mean, this thing is just like, this thing is paper thin. So yeah, but at least she looked good. So on to what I'm picking up. All right, it looks like the stars aligned perfectly, because I was looking for like a new daily, obviously, right? It could have been an SUV, but it's just something with a little bit more space, and like a better ride quality and everything, right? It's funny I say all these things now, because when I tell you what I ended up picking up, it doesn't fall into this category, somewhat. So anyways, I started looking at sedans, right? I started looking at everything. I even took a Mazda Miata for a test drive. I didn't fit in the Mazda Miata. It was pretty cool, but I didn't fit. So then went to Hyundai, drove some 4-doors. They were pretty cool, but just the interiors are kind of like old man cars. And so anyways, I wasn't being too... So check out what I just picked up. Bam! What do you think? I always wanted a truck, so there we are. This thing is so massive, by the way. This thing is absolutely so massive, and it's so comfortable, by the way. Coolest part of this whole truck, is the fact that last night I was reversing it, and so when I was reversing it, the the side view mirrors, apparently they fold down on their own, so then that way it's much easier for you to parallel park. I know it's such a small feature, whatever, but that right there just like made my entire day. The fact that it came standard with that, and then it's pretty dope too, because I guess it flashes. It'll flash right here, like when you're making a turn, when you're turning, when you put on your turn signal and stuff. So then that way, I mean, it's that much easier for people to see what your intentions are, right? But yeah, this thing is so gnarly. You know, I don't know anything about trucks. First time, so pretty cool, huh? It's really long too. Like it's really, really long. But the ride quality is just superb. This thing is awesome. I love it. Look at that. Look at that massive front grille. All right, so truth be told, I didn't just make an entire video just for this truck. Actually, this truck isn't even mine. I just got this car as a loaner, literally for the day. I'm actually using this car to put parts in it, take it to the dealership, so then that way the dealership can put the stock parts back onto the Jeep that I sold to them last night. And so, yeah, that's the real story behind the truck. I didn't buy a truck. I bought something else. So I will show you the other vehicle once I get to the dealership, but I just thought it was funny because I did really want a truck and stuff, but I wouldn't hype up. You know, I wouldn't make a post just for this or whatever. I mean, it's nothing special. It's a cool looking truck, but you know, it's not like a limited edition or anything. So just wait until you see exactly what's at the dealership waiting. Like, trust me, this is insane. Last night I almost pooped myself, like how excited I was and how insane the vehicle looked. And when I explained to you, jumping through hoops is an understatement. Jumping through hoops to get the vehicle that's at the dealership is such an understatement. I'm going to go into detail and stuff like that, and I'm going to try to make it exciting, so then that way I'm not just rambling here on the camera like I normally do. But yeah, so let me get this thing loaded up real quick with all the parts, and then I'm going to head to the dealership, and then we'll pick it up from there. No lie, though, this thing is really easy to drive. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with trucks, but just backing this thing up into the driveway is a breeze. I mean, the rear view camera is fantastic, but just the fact that both side view mirrors tilt down on their own, I mean, it's perfect. I mean, now I really want this car, actually. I always thought like just driving a big truck would be absolutely a nightmare. Right, like there's too many blind spots, you can't see anything. But it turns out that it actually even comes with this standard, right? Like, I guess that's the blind spot little like extra mirror and whatnot. So that really, really helps. But just the fact that these tilt down, and so you can just see the sides of the vehicle so easily, especially when you're reversing, only when you're reversing. And then the rear view camera, where the heck is it? Oh, it's right here. It gives you a really, really wide view. So I don't know, man. Like, you know, a truck could be in my future. A truck could very well be in my future. Like, if they were a little bit better on gas mileage, because literally I was driving this thing home from the dealership yesterday, and I actually had to stop to fill up with gas because it was actually going down pretty quickly. All right, so just got here. So you guys want to see what I picked up? It's in a prime parking spot. The sun is hitting it perfectly. Check this out. Ta-da! Look at that, dude. My very, very first Mercedes. Look at that thing. Oh, the thing is so sexy. Oh my God, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this in full detail and stuff. Let me just get everything organized. Let me get the keys back and everything, and then we are gonna talk all about this. So are you guys ready to dive in? This is gonna be epic. Oh my gosh, I got perfect spot right here. I asked if I was blocking anybody. They said you're good. Film away. Go as deep as you want to go. Well, that sounds really wrong. But anyways, all right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right, so yeah, check this thing out. Just look at that silver. Okay, so apparently this is iridium silver. They stopped making it after a certain year. I think I don't know if they kept making it after 2013. I think they may have reintroduced it later, but they said the silver is a very, very nice special color that they had for Mercedes. So it really shows. This thing is, it's like liquid gold. But from this angle, point being, the reason why I'm starting from this angle, doesn't it kind of give you the vibes of, what was the name of that Mercedes that, remember the Mercedes McLaren conjunction like car or whatever, the one that like Manny Hoshbin or whatever has like, I don't know, like 9 of them or whatever. It kind of gives you that type of look, you know? And so just the front end is just so pronounced. It looks so good. Look at that. Look at those body lines. Look at those body lines. That is so nice. So yeah, look at that. And then tracing it all the way down. That just looks so good. Oh my gosh. That emblem is just right there. Like, look at this. You get, it's funny, you get two emblems. You get that massive one right there, and then you get the smaller one right here. So that's awesome. Look at this. Even like on the shade, the shade side looks so good too, doesn't it? All right, so check this out. All right, so these headlights are really special. This is my first Mercedes, so maybe all Mercedes have this feature and everything, but all I'm saying is this is a 2013 SL550, and I had no idea it had any of this technology, like that this technology existed back in the day for any vehicle. All right, so with that being said, these headlights, they trace the road. So like if the road's bending left or right, they move with the road. If it's going up or down, it moves with the road. I've seen the videos. It's so dope. Like the lens itself, it moves. And so that it's just crazy. So that right there, awesome feature. Apparently it comes with like washers, like headlight washers and stuff. To be honest with you, it's like I should just drain the liquid, because I'm probably never gonna use that. So for that matter, I mean, it's a cool feature, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be driving this thing in like super dirt roads or like in the snow or something like that, you know. So cool, but yeah, at least I'm not gonna have to put that to use. The LEDs, I know it comes with daytime running lights, which is really dope. So those will be on. I think the LEDs up here are a constant orange, so that's a little bit more dated, but at least I get the white LED right here, so it doesn't really bother me. Like during the day, these are the only ones that are on, these are off, and then at nighttime I think it's just it's orange. But I do love the design of the headlight though. The design of the headlight is just it looks so, it's like a falcon eye, right? Doesn't it? It looks so good. And just the small little details, right? Like just, you know, it just says Mercedes Benz intelligent light system, right? Like had I just read that, I would have been like, all right, whatever, I don't know what that means or whatever. Maybe it's got like a cool bulb or something. But now that I did my research, like I know how nice that is. All right, so panning around the car now. Look at the profile view of this thing. Look at the profile view of that. Look how good that looks. That is crazy. That looks so I don't know if the word is timeless, but it flows so nicely from the back to the front and vice versa and stuff, right? It all ties in really nicely. So let's take a closer look. All right, so this one comes with the AMG wheel package. So I think they're 18s as opposed to the 19s that come on this vehicle. I really like the design of these, especially just nice, simple 5-star, right? Five spoke design. It just looks so good, and the depth too, right? Like, cause it's flat here and then it caves in, so it's really nice. And then just the fact that AMG is just stamped right there, big bold letters. That's really nice. Like I say, like, for a Mercedes owner, maybe these things don't mean anything or whatever, but this is my very first Mercedes, and I'm just super psyched. So check out the brakes as well. Look at that. Those brakes are so nice. Just the silver on the calipers is pretty dope, right? So that is just, wow. It just flows so nicely with the vehicle, right? Like the fact that it's all silver, and then just obviously the drilled rotors, just wow. It's beautiful. And then I guess it's running right now Bridgestone Potenza tires. So these will probably be decent for now, but I'd like to change out the tires. Probably something a little bit stickier, so then it helps me hook, because I know this thing has a lot of torque, and so even right now it'll break traction if you floor it. So I'm gonna definitely need something stickier to help me hook. And then obviously if I want to tune it and upgrade it a little bit, then I'm definitely gonna need that, right? So all right, so check this out. Like, this part looks so good right here. Just the what do you call these? I guess the two fins or whatever. I don't think it's not functional at all. Like I looked, right, and it's not. Like, I'll try to get out of the shadow or whatever. But it looks really nice. So I think what's happening is it reminds me so much of my Vet. This is basically like, it's like the Mercedes Corvette in a way, right? You'd say it's the big V8, right? It's convertible, a rear wheel drive. And then you've got like a perfect example is, so I've got the side vents, right? Just like the Z06, right? Then you've actually got, so these are functional vents up here, right here on the hood. So you can see that, like these actually, there's a mesh that protects like debris from going in and everything. And then obviously it helps like with water drainage, but it actually, it's functional. And so just like the Z06, right? It has them in the center. And so it's just so awesome because that flows so nicely with the side, right? Like all that, and then just for a second, see, like it just, I don't know what to say. This is amazing. But now check this out. So now look at the design of the mirror, right? It could have been just one solid line. That's awesome, right? Like just one solid line would have been cool. But the fact that they designed it like that, the fact that it's like this, split in two, it matches really nicely with all this, doesn't it? You see? And so just a simple little thing like that just, it's awesome. And then just look at the body lines, right? Just look at the line, how it goes all the way to the back. And then also like the side skirts, right? The side skirts pop so nicely. It's got that extra little flare right there. They could have been flat or whatever, you know, but just the fact that it's like this. And then this isn't much, but I'm not even a big chrome person, right? I'm not even a big chrome person, but on this vehicle, chrome flows so nicely. Check this out. So, right, just along the top, it's chrome. So all this is silver, and then it just pops so nicely right there. All right, so now coming along to the rear tires. I actually stand corrected. I apologize. I said these were 18s. They're actually 19s. And so I don't know where I read that you could get like optional 18s, maybe for a different model. But however, so these are 19s. I think they're 19 by 8.5 in the front, if I'm not mistaken. And then they are 19 by 9.5 in the rear. And so on the front, the tire is 255. I think it's wrapped in 255, and then back here, I think it's 285 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 285. Yeah, 285. So and look, like the 285 in the rear, it's pretty beefy. It's actually really beefy. So I've heard people are running 295s in the rear and then 265s up front. But I don't know. That's going to be a really beefy tire. I guess it depends on like what look and what kind of performance you want. So I'll have to do my research and stuff. But I mean, it's really beefy tires mounted on these on the rims themselves right now. So, but yeah, like that, it looks really good, especially when you have a meaty tire. Like when it's stretched or whatever, or when it's just flush with the wheel. I mean, you know, like this right here. It should grip pretty well, you know. So, but yeah, look at the rear looks so good too, just as good as the front. Look at that. All right, let's swoop to the back. All right, so check this out. Look at those taillights. They look so good. Look at that. Just look how clean that is. All right, I definitely let that emergency go by because that was really loud. But yeah, look at that. Look how clean the back is. Look how clean the back is. Right? For 2013, this thing can hold its own on against the 2023. So just wow. Just look at that. Just small little features in the LED taillight. It's just the stamp, right? Just like the Mercedes Benz stamp. It's nice. Obviously, it's like you'd be like, oh, that's bougie or whatever. But you know, just the fact that they have some type of engraving and there's some type of writing, you know. Now get this. All right, so a lot of people apparently love to get the little like the trunk spoiler, right? The one that the AMG came with, right? So the AMG looks fairly similar. Obviously, slight little differences like the rear valance and tips would be different, and then it gets a little it's very little spoiler along the back. But I love how clean this looks without a spoiler. And I mean, you guys have seen the Vet. I'm obsessed with spoilers. So whether it's a big wing or just little like trunk deck lid or whatever, this right here, it's the first time ever that I'm like, you know what, this looks so clean without one. Like it just right, doesn't it just look so clean right there? It looks so good. Oh, I love it. I'm I'm gonna keep the tips. I actually like what these tips look like. I know a lot of people like to change out the tips and they like to go with the AMG tips, but I don't want to make this thing an AMG. Like I know this is a 550, and I don't want to do that. Well, that's like me saying like, well, you know, you have a Z06, but you changed out like a lot of the parts to the ZR1 parts. So yeah, okay, true. But still, like, so I just learned that the tips are actually mounted to here. They're not even part of the mufflers themselves. So what's cool is I could swap out the mufflers to valved mufflers, so then that way I could get like the crazy, you say like AMG throaty sound, and then I could close them, and then I run stock, basically stock sound just like it is now, because this is a pretty muffled car for what it is. So it's pretty nice, because I mean it's a refined ride, right? Like you don't want it super loud or anything like that, I guess, considering this is advertised more as like a cruiser than the full-on like race car. And I get it, that's exactly why I got it, because otherwise then how are you going to justify getting like the same car again, but like the German version of like the Corvette? Obviously it's on a totally different level with the refinement and all the features and the accessories and everything, but I'm just saying like it would be kind of like having the same car. So for that matter, I kind of wanted something that was more aimed at like a chill cruiser, while the other one's more like the full-on race car, which I don't, you guys know, I don't drive like. This car's not gonna get pushed. If the Z06 doesn't get pushed the way many of you guys would probably push the car. What's that? Oh, that's nice. That was I guess there's a whole BMW crew. Yeah, point being, I don't even drive like that. Yeah, I do. I kind of rev the engine like they did, but I don't push it, right? And so if I'm not gonna push the Vet to its potential, I'm not gonna push this thing like that either. So yeah, so I mean, this is perfect for me. It's perfect for just the daily purpose that I want to use it for. All right, so swooping along the top. Okay, so what's dope about this is, I guess Mercedes, they come with that standard blue tint, which is nice, and it's not even like a tint job. My boy Sarath was telling me that it's like built into the glass, right? So it's like a safety feature, he was saying. So like if the glass shatters or whatever, it doesn't break apart. And so I think that's really, really cool. So yeah, it's tinted blue already. Like you can see the hue. So it's tinted on the windshield, along the back and the sides and everything. However, I'm gonna go to Sarath. Hopefully I can get in on Black Friday. So then that way he can put the Lumer Air Blue 80 or whatever. So then that way it actually functions as heat reduction, but then at the same time it'll still give it just a slight more blue hue, which I think the blue will pop amazingly in the... Hello, Stacy. Hi. So don't you guys think like the blue is going to pop perfectly with the silver? I think like that right there will just set it off really, really, really nicely. I love it. And then the top right here, it's a deep dark blue, and then this is all black, right? So I mean it flows really, really nicely, right? So you see that's so nice. Any angle I take of this vehicle, I love it. How about we take a look inside now, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'll show the interior here, but then there's so many features that I have to cover. I think I'll continue filming tomorrow then, with all those features out in the sunlight and everything, blah blah, and I'll talk about the roof and everything, and even the trunk and stuff. But not just that, I also want to film this thing at night too, because I had no idea back in 2013 they even had the ambient lighting on the inside. This thing blew my mind. I had no idea. Like, I know the modern ones, you have all the crazy colors that you can choose from and stuff. This thing has such a sexy orange. And I don't mean that as a Honda boy. I mean, I'm thinking there's some, I was about to make a joke and be like, I'm thinking there's some meat going on somewhere around here or whatever. But I think there actually is. I saw my friend Ivy, she posted up on her Facebook, there was some type of car meet in Sterling. And so I'm here in Ashburn, and it's right next door. Technically I think this address is Sterling. So anyways, yeah, it must be somewhere around here. I didn't go because obviously I just want to take the time to film this car and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty certain all those people went, and so now everyone's kind of like breaking apart into packs or whatever, and they're just gonna go get food and whatnot. So anyways, let's talk about the interior, and then after that I'll pick up the video like at home probably tomorrow or something, and then we'll also talk about I'll show it off at night. Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. I need to stop talking. All right, so check this out. Okay, even the door feels super lightweight, which is awesome, because what I had heard is apparently the metal that they used for this vehicle, they did it on purpose to lighten the weight. So I think this is aluminum. I think it's all aluminum, and then the roof is magnesium. The roof, they swapped the roof from the previous gen to this gen. They made the roof magnesium because apparently it is what, like 22 pounds lighter. So, and then all these body panels, yeah, I think are aluminum if I'm not mistaken. But that's probably why the door feels super lightweight, like pretty much as lightweight as the Corvette. And you know, the Corvette's fiberglass. So check this out. Let's start with the door. Look at how nice this door is. And you guys, this is me saying something, because I'm not a fan of gray or tan at all. And this just pops so beautifully with the silver exterior. So just look at this. So it's a nice dark gray right here, and then it goes right into like the tan, right? And so just nice and soft. Like it's always nice when you have nice soft touches, you know? So yeah, moving forward with this, like check this out. Like, so once again, I'm not even a big fan of wood, like wood grain interiors and all that. You know, I've always liked carbon fiber, or just like, you know, like glossy plastic and whatnot. But I'm telling you, they designed this thing beautifully. Like, just everything flows so nicely. So look at this. Like, look at the way just everything is just, it's so nicely laid out and everything. And then I got to get used to this. I got to get, every time I'm like sitting in the seat, in the driver's seat, I'm always trying to adjust right here. And it's just, obviously there's nothing there. I got to get used to it having all over here. So this is front to back. It's got another thing here. I'm trying to figure out what this is all about right here. It's different than just this. I don't know if it like inflates something or deflates something or whatever, but obviously this is like their back, and then you can adjust your headrest. And then you got your memory seats for the passenger, obviously just like you do for the driver. And then it comes standard with the Harman Kardon sound system. So it's a 600 watt. So with the Harman Kardon sound system, this is the one that came standard on the vehicle. So yeah, so it's 600 watts. The Bang & Olufsen was the upgraded one. It came with like tweeters on top of the dash, and it's like 900 watts. And I think it came with like an extra speaker, like in the between the two seats in the rear. But this is such a small cabin. 600 watts should be way more than enough than what I need, right? I think I had 600 watts in the Jeep, and I mean that thing, it gave a pretty good thump. And so I had heard that they designed the subwoofers. They're not in the door. I heard they're not in the door. They're somewhere up in here. And so that really helps with the acoustics and everything. So I'm eager to try that out. But yeah, check this out. Like, check this out. Look at how good that looks. Isn't that crazy? So let's just look at the seat for a second. All right, so you've got active headrest, right? You can put this right through there, and then you're good. You've got a button. I got to figure out. See, we got to talk about all the features. We got to talk about this feature too. I'll get back to that one, I guess, when I figure out what it does, what that button does. But I know this is like a virtual scarf. Okay, so apparently a virtual scarf is like when you have the top down, even in cold weather, it can blow hot air, and it circulates through here through the cabin, and so it actually keeps you warm while there's cold ambient temperatures. So that's pretty dope. But dude, the bolstering on these seats is insane. It's active adjust, like, so you can mess around with the settings, and you can have these things hug you more, like hug you tighter or loosen up. So that's pretty dope. Not just that, the fact that you can have them set so when you make a left-hand turn, right-hand turn, these actually adjust on the fly as you're making the turn. It's pretty crazy. I haven't even driven the vehicle yet, but my friend Stacy was telling me that she was like, it feels so weird that like it's like something's touching you or whatever, you know. And then I'm telling you, it's like a cloud sitting on these. It is so soft. Like it's amazing. I already sat in it and everything. I mean, it's completely different than the Vet. The Vet is completely like, I got the competition seats, as you guys know, and the competition seats are rock hard. They dig into my lats. Like my thighs are so big that they overlap the bolstering or whatever, and so it's just digging in right underneath your hamstring. It sucks. It sucks. All right, so it is what it is. Competition seats look awesome in Vets, but trust me, you do not want them as like you don't want them. All right, but these seats, my goodness. All right, so get this. Apparently this leather, right, whether it's this color or any other color, apparently it's treated for heat, so it reflects heat instead of absorbing heat. So that's something, right? So on those super hot days, apparently this leather will not heat up as much as like the Vet leather will. So that's pretty awesome. I wanted to say I'm eager to try that out, but I really don't want to let this thing bake out in the sun, you know. But anyways, all right, let's move on. Along from there, look at this. Look at how nice that dash is, right? Look how clean the dash is. And then apparently, you guys see the clock or whatever right there. This is a $250 option, so you don't even have to get this. But apparently most people end up going with that option because I guess it flows so nicely with the inside. I know, what is it? I think Porsches also have a clock or something, but I mean it looks really nice. It's just funny because I would never think of putting like a clock in my vehicle like that. But yeah, it flows so nicely, isn't? Oh, that's so nice. I'm trying to get out of the way. Oh, well, my shadow's in there, but whatever. All right, I'll film it from the other side. But yeah, like everything just flows so nice. Even the vents are still like the more modern vents, right? They still kind of have the same appearance, right? Like that cross type of appearance, almost kind of like a what do you call it? Like an airplane, right? And so then you've obviously got this. You would say it looks a little bit more dated. However, I was telling Stacy and my boy Sony, I actually love that in the Mercedes. Why? Because even though it dates the vehicle, it gives you that Mercedes feel, right? Because all the Mercedes I've always been in, my uncle worked for Mercedes for like 47 years, something like that, and so he's always had Mercedes. They've always had this, so that's nostalgic for me. Like, this is the Mercedes, and so it doesn't even matter if I don't use the buttons and everything like that. It's just cool, you know. The fact that I can still plug in my phone and listen to all my music, I'm happy with that, right? So it's still modern, but not just that. All right, so we're gonna talk about all this other stuff. However, from this angle, just the fact that you have so much padding in the center armrest is awesome. And then we're going to talk about all the little features and stuff. But just trust me, this armrest, it's a dream. It's a dream. On the driver's side, let's talk about this stuff for a little bit. This is going to be awesome. So the door, obviously, just slightly different. You got a couple extra little buttons right here. Feels nice. It just feels amazing, right? So you got everything right here. You got a little, I guess, either tweeter, little speaker, or maybe there's like that emergency microphone. I don't know. There's a lot of little speakers on the show, and so I gotta learn all this stuff. But yeah, so see, so this one's up in here. So just really nice. Oh, get this. Okay, so when I took the Miata for a test drive, that seat was all the way maxed out to the back, and my knees were still bent. This thing, if you max the seat all the way to the back, my feet, there's like a half a foot probably before I even get to the pedals. It's insane, probably even more. But so yeah, plenty of room. Get this though. Okay, so this vehicle, look at this. Look at that. 24,040 miles, and it's a 2013. And the leather is brand spanking new. You know how rare that is? Usually when you get a vehicle like this, like 10 years old, this is going to have tons of cracks, and you know, it's going to look a lot worse than this. This is in immaculate condition, so you can kind of, I wouldn't say you know anything about the previous owner or whatever, but I would assume it was probably like a thinner build person that wasn't putting too much, like, you know, stress on the outside of the seats or anything, and they weren't overly big, right? I'm trying to say that very, you know, obviously in this day and age, but anyways, like someone who's not just like flattening this thing out to, like, you know, so it's awesome, because then that means the leather's gonna last me a lot longer. Okay. All right, moving along. All right, so check this out. Look at this steering wheel. Okay, I was expecting just a basic steering wheel, like a basic Mercedes steering wheel, you know, maybe like a refined gentleman steering wheel or something, which is dope. I mean, that's what it is. But I'm telling you, the steering wheel feels so sporty. like the grooves right here for the thumbs, insane, absolutely insane. Like, dude, this thing feels money. And I thought I was gonna hate. I really thought I was gonna hate like wood grain, the wood grain steering wheel and everything. This steering wheel looks so good. Just the split fork right here, and then check this out. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Just that insignia right there, Mercedes Benz. That is so. It's the little things that matter to me, and something like that. That is so dope. Like, just look how nice this is. Wow. All right, so yeah, so the steering wheel alone right here it's perfection. Like, this thing just feels so nice, and the silver blends in with like that grayish tan interior, and then the wood grain, just it all flows. Just I couldn't ask for more. And then the silver accents right here, right? Just the fact that like the gauges are like silver, and then this it just gives you that more of a like a refined feel, right? Like an AMG feel. Right, like I've never sat in an AMG, but I can only assume like little bits and pieces like this, they're trying to aim more towards like the AMG type of feel, you know. And so that's so dope. That is so dope. And like, so look at it. So look at the waterfall. Look at that. Dope. So like, okay, so apparently touch it. Okay, there we go. All right, so 2 cup holders, right? So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna put my phone mount right here, like with one of the cup holders, so now I don't have to like drill or anything into any of this. I don't want to touch anything like that. And then look at this. How dope is that? Look at how small this little thing is. It's so small, but it's so nice. Look at that SL, right? That is so nice. So you've got, I guess this is how you control the infotainment, right? So you've got the back button, you've got clear. I don't know what that is. Something for a seat. Then there's a star right here. I don't know what the heck the star means. But anyways, we'll figure all that out. But yeah, so this thing feels so dope. It's really cool. So apparently you just click it into where you want to go. So it'll always start parked, right? And then you blip it up to reverse, and then you can put it down. But it's like you'll feel the blip, right? Like if you just touch it into the spot, it won't go. It's like you have to, it's like it does a double click, and then it finally engages. And then where you are, right? So like if you're in drive, all you got to do is just push the park button, and it parks on its own. So yeah, so here's the park. I know it's a little chipped or whatever. I can take care of these things. These little things did not matter to me. Like little imperfections in the vehicle like that, I can take care of this as time goes on. I wanted all the different features. And so this thing comes fully loaded. Trust me, I'm not going to talk about them right now. We're going to spend tons of time talking about them. I just wanted to show you what the layout was first off. But yeah, so get this. All right, so right here, right? Like all this and chilling, blah, blah, you're driving. So right here you've got, so this is for the roof, right? So you can put it back, you can drop it or whatever, and then you can raise it back up by pushing it forward. This is for all your windows at once. So instead of you having to, like, instead of me controlling the windows from right here, right, like from both sides, I can actually just push this button and it drops all 4 windows. And when I say all 4 windows, it's because you've got the front windows, and then you've got that small little rear triangular windows, you know. And then this button, oh yeah, okay, so this button raises, it's really cool. This has one of those like mesh type grills or whatever that goes behind your head, so then that way the air, like the turbulent air, flows up over the vehicle as opposed to just like coming into the cabin or whatever. And so that's actually right there. So doesn't that look awesome? It's just trim. It's just silver trim right there, but it's actually a hidden like whatever you call it, mesh wind visor thing, whatever. Yeah, sorry, I don't know the term, but yeah, so dope. It's right there. I tried it last night. So yeah, I'll show you all this stuff when I'm starting to show you the roof and all that. Oh, this one actually does come with a speaker back here. I guess it comes with a more powerful speaker, I guess, the Bang & Olufsen sound system. So that's awesome. I still have a speaker back there. I'm not losing out. Okay, so that's in here, right? All right, but then check this out. Okay, so I think, what, do I push down? Do I push down? How do I do this? Is it? Oh, okay, cool. All right, so, oh, that's interesting. I learned with you guys. Okay, cool. So this thing is independent, right? You can just move this on its own or whatever. So if you want to move this, you got to move this one first. So you push this in, right? That opens up, and then you can open up, what, you push, no? What? I opened it yesterday. I'm going to break it, though. What do I do? I have to push it down again? Oh, gotcha. Okay, so the button itself does both. Okay, cool. So this one opens it, right? And then this thing's still locked, right? So you push it again, and then this opens up. So now, I'm telling you guys right now, what is this? I don't know, there's a button. There's a button. I don't want to push the button, but I don't know, that's weird. It looks like a volt, like a 12. Oh, that might be like a cigarette thing or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, in here, there is a lot of room in here. I'm telling you guys, there is a lot. What is this? Plastic pieces. I don't know, whatever. There is this, I don't know. You can put a lot of stuff in here. I'm telling you, my hand goes down a lot, like in here, right? So, and then you've got, I guess, a 30-pin connector. So check this out. Okay. Super clean glove box, by the way. Like, it's the cleanest glove box I've ever seen in my entire life. I guess you can put like either credit cards in there or something, and then you can like put like 25 cents or something. So I think that's just really cool. That's nostalgic. I can't find any other use for that, but check this out. So this is the old like iPods and like the first gen like iPhones and stuff, right? So this is the 30-pin. It's not the 30-pin. I'm sorry. This is like the piece that connects to the Mercedes. Then here's a 30-pin connector, right? So this is the 30-pin connector, and you can get adapters for it. So then that way you can have the lightning cable, right? So you can run that on your vehicle. And then I guess this is for auxiliary, right? So you've got both, right? So you put that right in here, right? And then that way you can like leave everything in here, but I don't want to leave everything in here. I actually want to run it out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the adapter, and then I'm going to have an extension, another lightning extension, right? And then that way I'll just have it right here. So that's great. But the fact that it came with this thing is fantastic, because otherwise you're going to have to find this. And I've seen these on eBay for like $120 easily. So, and then you got USB, right? But I heard the USB, you won't get the your iPhone to connect the same way if you just use USB. You got to use this. And then there's a 12 volt down here. So pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Like that's awesome for that. All right, let's put this back. I don't want any dust blowing up in there. Classy. Okay. All right. And then check this out. All right. So like back here, like as if you need more space, you can put another drink, and then in here there's plenty of space. Like I don't understand. Like you have so much room back here. It's awesome. Like you should be able to carry a whole bunch of stuff. So pretty cool. That is. I mean, it means a lot. Like, I might not use all this space or whatever, but just the fact that I have it in case I need to put like little things here when I'm going to GTPs or something like that or whatever, or maybe even, I don't know, like when you're modifying the vehicle or whatever, and you want to keep your dongle or whatever, right? Like you want to flash it, and then you don't want to like leave the dongle at home or something like that. You just like leave it back here in one of these or something, you know? All right. So last thing I want to touch base on, because like I said, we're going to talk a whole lot more in depth about this vehicle, and then about the roof and everything and suspension and all that once I get to the house. So I think I'm going to pick that part up tomorrow during the day. And then once we get it back to the house or something, I'll show you guys what it looks like, the interior looks like at night. So then that way you guys can see the ambient lighting and everything. It looks so good. But check this out. This is my first Mercedes, but I've heard other Mercedes have this feature. So all the Mercedes that like my uncle has had and stuff, I remember this key. Like this, it's a very similar designed key, right? And so you would always put that in there, right? And then you turn it and you're good to go, right? But apparently, so this one comes with an engine start stop, right? And it's the same thing. So it's the same thing as the key. And so instead of turning the key and leaving it in, I guess you can just do your engine start stop. And you can just put that, see, so it just goes right there, right? Okay, so just put it in, right? Right? And so now you've got your engine start stop. So that's so awesome. You can actually take it with you. See, it's something that small that just like, it blows my mind. So, and then I guess you have a speaker right here, huh? So, see, I'm wondering if this is like the OnStar, like SOS speaker, because you've got SOS here, and then you got maintenance, blah, blah, information. So I'm wondering if this is like one of those speakers that picks up, you know? So anyways, I got to do all my research on those. I would say I would look at the owner's manual to all this, but this one did not come with an owner's manual. So I have to call Mercedes. Luckily, it seems like it's a pretty straightforward thing. You just, you dial like the 1-800 number and you'll tell them, hey, like I got this, you know, 2013 SL550. I see it online, but it's like 590 pages or something like that or whatever. And you'd have to scroll one by one and stuff. You know how much easier it is to have an actual physical copy. So I'm just gonna ask them for a physical copy. I hope it doesn't cost much, but it'll really speed things up when I'm trying to learn all these things, because there's a whole bunch of settings that you can play with and stuff, you know, like in the menu and all that. And so, yeah, I want to learn everything, like the ins and outs of the vehicle and stuff. So, but yeah, like as if there's not enough like little speakers and stuff like that. Apparently, wait, are these speakers too? I think these might be speakers. That's actually funny if it is. I don't know. Is it? Are they porous? I don't know. Can't tell. Either way, looks really nice. But yeah, so check this out. Look. Like, is that a light? I can't. Is that a light? I'm gonna assume. Yeah, that's a light. That's not a speaker. Okay, so that's a light. But yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take this thing home. It's gonna be my first drive. I'm so excited. Should I film while I'm driving my first drive? Yes, I should. I'll stay in the slow lane, and then I'll catch up while I'm driving this thing. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm really, really nervous. I know it has a lot of power, but obviously, like, you know, that it's if you floor it. So I think it should be good. All right, let's take this thing home finally. All right, so this is the first drive. This thing is a blast to drive. It is so quiet. It is so smooth. I'm telling you right now, like when I was taking I'll probably right now when I make this left-hand turn, yeah, left-hand turn or whatever, dude, it's crazy. This thing hugs you. They pull in one way, they pull in the other way. It's so dope. There's so much that I'm gonna have to cover on this car, so I'm gonna try to piece it all together in my mind how I want to present it tomorrow, and we're just gonna go through all of it. But I'm telling you, this is so sick. Like the interior, this is so dope. 2013. And I feel like I'm in a brand new 2024 vehicle. Like this is unreal. This is so unreal. Get this. There's even like something etched on the glass along the center and then over on the other side too. But I don't know what it is. I wonder what it does. I'm curious to read about that feature. All I want to do is continue filming, and every single time I want to film, you guys have heard sirens, you guys have heard loud cars passing by. Now we've got a helicopter just circling around. But anyways, all right, I want to get back to the video. All right, but getting back to the Benz. All right, just wait until you see the lighting on this thing. It even looks so good at night, right? Like the light is popping off of this thing so beautifully. Look at this. It's just the street light. That's how strong those LEDs are here in the neighborhood. Look at that. It looks so good even at night. It's crazy. I say nighttime and it's only 5:20 p.m. right now. But look at that. Doesn't that look so good? Oh man. Oh, that is so sexy. All right. So let me open the door. Let's see how it lights up. Isn't that crazy? Like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. That is so, so nice. It looks like it's flickering in the video, but it doesn't flicker. It's just, I don't know. That's how it comes out. Like when you have like LED lights and stuff like that, you know how it looks flickery, but trust me, it's just solid color. And it's not even like a cheap orange. It's a really, really nice deep orange color. And so that's right there on the doors. And then obviously I've got the LED lights right now that the vehicle's on and stuff like that, but I'm gonna start it up and then that way I'm gonna pan around and you can see all of this. But look at that. You even have lights. You have like puddle lights back there. That looks so, so nice. Oh, I love this thing. Everything about this thing. I'm so in love with this car. Okay. Dope. Remember how I was looking at that little one right here? Okay, so it is a light. Okay, so it's a light. All right, but that's really, really nice. Wow, look at that glow. All right, well, let's get in the vehicle and stuff, and then that way I'll show you like the ambient lighting without this main light being on. Okay. All right. Let's see, let's start the car up. Okay, start button. So 14 miles. So it's 14 miles from the dealership to the house. So that's good to know. Exactly 14 miles from Sterling Jeep to the house. All right, let's start this bad. All right, so now the more zoomed in view, it should capture more light. Let's turn this thing on. There we go. See, that looks so good. Even the clock looks really good. Wow, I love that red glow. That is so nice. So like the needles have such a nice glow to them. And look, so everything's nicely lit up. Look at the door. So the door's nicely lit up. It's nicely lit up in here. Footwells are slightly lit up. That's so nice. Like, yeah, wow. And then obviously right here you've got a nice glow. So instead of these being a bright, I guess it's what, different? Is it the same? Yeah. Okay, so I guess it might be different bulbs that they use or whatever. But yeah, this is a nice like light amber glow right here. So this is so nice. And then look, see, so you can see the passenger door. So the passenger door glows nicely like that too. The outline of the seat, isn't that so awesome like that? That is so cool. Then got a nice light glow there at your feet. Wow. And then back here, now even back here it changes. That's so cool. So it's the same LED apparently. So it's the same bulbs, and I guess they changed. So like you've got a nice subtle glow right here. So I know it might not be coming out too well right now. Am I getting it? I can't tell. But yeah, behind the seats, instead of them being super bright, obviously, like when you turn off the car, it's a nice little amber glow. All right, so this is so awesome. Oh my gosh, like I guess I got the heat all the way up, down. Right, can you turn it off? All right, we'll have to figure that one out. But anyways, all right, so let's turn off the car and let's see how the lighting changes. So turn off the car, all right? Okay, so everything's still, right? As soon as I open the door, I bet. Yeah, see? And now look, see? That lit up differently too. Look at that, isn't that crazy? So, yeah, so the bulbs change color. That's so cool. All right, and then look at this. Check this out. Like, so as you're getting out, that's such a wide swinging door, by the way. That's so nice right there. Look at that. That's so nice. But that's even cooler. Mercedes Benz. Wow. All right, let's get out. Wow. That looks so nice. Oh, I love this thing. Let's take a look at what the lights look like before, I guess, you turn off the vehicle. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that looks so good. Tell me if that doesn't look good. Oh, man. All right, let's go around the front. Oh. Maybe if I open the door again? Yeah? No? Maybe? Damn it. Okay. All right. Let's turn on the vehicle. All right, so if I turn on the vehicle. Okay. That is such a quiet V8. That is such a quiet V8. All right. Okay. So if I walk around now, all right, the lights are on. All right. Wow. Now let's pan around the front. That looks so good. I thought the amber was gonna look like dated and horrible. This looks so good. Oh my gosh. That looks so good. Oh man. Wow. That looks really good. I hope this video's doing it justice, because I'm telling you, it looks even better in person. Wow. So I guess this is the glow. Like if you're looking through the glass right now, that's the nice glow in there. So you open the door, obviously all the lights turn on. So let's turn this off. Let's turn this off, right? Okay, so everything's off now. The front light should still be on. Yeah, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And I didn't even film the door light. That's so awesome. Look at that. Wow. Now that we've had our fun looking at all the lighting and everything, I'm gonna pull this thing in. Luckily, the Corvette's not even ready yet, so I've got the whole weekend that I can park my Mercedes in the garage instead of having to leave it out on the driveway, because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna put it on the other side of the garage and I'm gonna have to clear a lot of things out, probably put it in storage and whatnot, or if I might just end up getting a storage unit for the Vette, and then I'll keep the Mercedes in the garage here, because I don't... Wintertime, fine, but summertime, I don't want to keep this thing on the driveway. But anyways, all right, we've already looked at all the lighting and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how dope the headlights are. So I'm going to film that right now, pulling up into the driveway so you can see how everything like adjusts. You know, it's funny. There's an extra button here too. I don't know what that button does. That's interesting. Something for the trunk. Oh, well, must be something. All right, everything turned off. Let me turn it on. Let's film the headlights. So turning everything on. Boom. That is so sick. I don't know what they're doing, but I guess they're adjusting themselves, calibrating, whatever, blah, blah. But then get this. All right, so now I need to adjust the seat a little bit. So I need to move it forward. All right, so you got to push, I guess, here. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're going to go up the driveway. So check out, I guess so look, I'm going to put it in drive, right? Okay, so you guys heard the click and everything, right? Okay, so like you can put in, right? So one is neutral, right? So there you go. You can put it in park. There, it's park. Okay, so now if I click it down to D, it doesn't do anything, right? It goes back to neutral. So you gotta, it's like 2 clicks. Now it's in drive. Now check this out. As soon as I turn the wheel to the left, obviously towards the driveway, the headlights go with it. So, all right, no cars are coming. Like, it's crazy. Like, look, the headlights are over there and my car's still pointing this way, but the headlights are over there. Isn't that nuts? That is so crazy. Now look, now they're gonna adjust. Now coming back up, right? Oh, wait. Whew. I almost went up the driveway and I forgot that the vehicle's lowered. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna push a button. All right, we'll talk about this tomorrow and stuff. Push a button and you're gonna see me go up. See how I'm going up? Now I can go up. And now I don't scrape. Isn't that crazy? That is so sick. Okay, let's see if I'm gonna have to line this up, because obviously this has different dimensions than the Corvette. So I'm gonna pull it up to the door, and then I'm gonna see how far I have, because I gotta pull the mirrors in. Okay, so let's pull the mirrors in. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get out real quick. So now you gotta click it. Oh, whoops. Wait, not reverse. Just put in park. Okay, cool. All right, it's in park. All right. So, okay, don't hit the car. Okay. So apparently, I was trying to figure out, like, because I had it in park, but that's just a standard park. This is the e-brake or whatever. So I was pulling on it, but obviously that's letting go of the e-brake. And so I was like, what do I do? So apparently you just push this in. You can push the park in, and then it actually puts the e-brake on. So now it says park right there. That's so cool. All right, let's take a look. Oh, I have way more room than the Vette. This thing is not nearly as wide as the Vette. All right, so I've got plenty of room here. This thing is way too far over here. Actually, no, not really. This has got plenty of room right here. Okay, I just gotta get used to okay, so this one, technically it's coming straight in. So, all right, let me play with it and then I'll pull it in. As soon as I pull it in, then I'll pick up the video. All right, so I still have about like 1.5 feet in front, and then I just need to clear the rear. So, okay. I thought this thing was a lot shorter than the Corvette, but apparently it's not. It's not. It's like the same proportions almost. Okay. It's this thing is beeping nonstop, by the way. Like, see, it's warning me. It's like, hey, yo, you're surrounded, like on all corners. Please do not like make any sudden movements because you're gonna ding this car. Like me trying to reverse it, it was dinging. It was what do you call it? Like beeping me or whatever like that. Me trying to go forward, it's beeping me. So I'm gonna try to just move forward. I'm kind of gauging by like where my like all those cleaning products are. So there we go, right there, right? So I moved it forward just slightly. I think I should be good. Let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look. I think the rear should be fine. Rear clears. Maybe I can pull it up. Let's see. I'll pull it up. Oh yeah. Oh, I still have a foot. So I'll pull it up another couple inches or whatever, and then I should be good. And then I'll air it out. Yeah, should be good. All right. So let's see if I can capture the air again. Let's see. Okay. All right. So right now it's fully lifted. Right. I'm gonna pull forward slightly. Okay, I get it. Sheesh. All right. So pulling forward slightly. Okay. Yeah, you're not happy about that. All right. Guess we're good there. All right, I'm gonna park it. All right. Okay. And then now, I guess what's a good well, right here, I guess, right? You can kind of you'll see it drop. Okay, so if I push the button, okay, cool. So drop. That's so cool. It dropped. That's awesome. All right, and I think we should be good. I'm gonna turn off the car. Okay. Oh, don't forget your key fob. Yep. Not forget the key fob. I will not. Good call. In here, I guess. Yeah, I guess I don't need both. Just need one. Okay. Should be good. Let's grab all this stuff out of here. Ugh. Okay. Just put it in my pocket, I guess. Now let's close it and see where it is. I gotta remember where it is, by the way. Like, I gotta look at where I'm at. Okay, so technically what do you call it? The door lock is right where that second bottle is. So this is how I'm gonna start gauging myself if I ever bring this one into the garage. So, okay. All right, so how much room do I have back here? Oh no, I've got good room. Yeah, I've got good room. Let's take a look at the front, because obviously it was beeping like solid beep. Still about, I'd say it's probably like 10 inches. Yeah, that's 10 inches right there. I still have plenty of room. I could have gone forward a little bit. Might actually go forward a little bit. See how crazy it is? Like, when you have like I guess a long car or a wide car, and you have like the two doors, it sucks. When you have one solid door, so much easier. Like, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. But I guess this thing was beeping left and right from all over. So, all right, well, I guess I should be good. I should be able to close the door. Yeah, I should be able to close the door. Okay, let's close the door. Okay. Yeah, plenty of room. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know in the video you can look even closer, but honestly, that's 10 inches. Yeah, that's 10 inches. That's 10 inches between the door and the bumper, and then 10 inches up front. So, I mean, it's pretty close. Obviously, if I move this, then that won't be a problem, but this is literally the same dimensions as the Vet, pretty much. The Vet has the splitter on the front and then has the wing on the back, and that's how close it is to the back, like to the door closing or whatever, with the wing. From the tip of the wing or whatever to the door, it's usually that distance. And then from the splitter to the fan, it's just slightly closer. So a few inches closer. So yeah, I didn't think it, but yeah, this thing is pretty much the same dimensions as my Z06 now, like with the wing and the splitter and everything. So pretty crazy. So what I would love to do is have the Corvette here. And then I guess I would love to put the Mercedes here, but I'd have to clear all this stuff out. So I don't know. I don't know how. And even if, I mean, this whole rack right here, right? This whole rack right here would have to be pushed all the way towards there. But the problem is the door's there. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that'll work. I might just have to put the Corvette in storage and then bring this one here all the time if I'm not going to leave it out in the driveway. So we'll see. It's a lot to think about. But anyways, tomorrow morning, like tomorrow during the day, hopefully, I hope there's sun. We'll continue filming the features of the Mercedes, right? We'll talk all about them and everything. And then I gotta stop by the dealership again because I guess I forgot sunglasses and stuff. So Stacy texted me. So anyways, yeah, we'll cover everything else on the Mercedes. I'm gonna try to remember everything right now. I'm gonna put it down on paper and stuff like that, so we just go down the list because there's so much to know about this vehicle. But yeah, so I'm hoping you guys are enjoying looking at the car as much as I am, because this is so dope. Like just driving it, it just feels so different than the Vet and every other car, right? Like it just feels like premium quality interior, you know. And it's just a really comfortable ride. One thing I did notice is so the tail light, it's got like a whole bunch of scratches in it, I guess, because when it was lit up, I just noticed this. See, you can see them right here. So I don't know. It's weird. Like you would think the scratches would be on the paint, but the paint is great. It's just the taillights that are all like chipped up, right? It's weird, right? See, you can see them like significantly chipped up. Weird. I mean, it's not like big cracks that span the entire length or anything like that. It's not. I don't think it's compromising the integrity of the. Okay, how do I say it? The integrity of the taillight is not compromised, but it's fractures and stuff. It's just weird. Like, where did they come from? Right? You see that? You see? And it's on both sides. So I don't know. I don't know if that can be fixed. Like, can you like sand down the plastic or something? I don't know. I'll ask my friend. So my friend Sarat's gonna tint. Like I said, he's gonna tint the windows, and then I want to get this fixed too, because this is underneath the plastic. It's like it's cracked underneath the plastic. So it's like this is from fading in the sun. So what I would like for him to do is just on both sides. It's the exact same situation on both sides. Just wrap both of these in gloss black, so then that way it just looks brand new. And then maybe ask him like what can be done with the tail lights, you know? So because just let's see, it can only come up. Well, obviously you guys saw them, right? So you guys saw. See, it comes out right there. So yeah, we'll see. All right, let's take a look at my baby. Pitch black. Let me unlock it. See what it looks like here in the garage. Oh, that looks so nice. Look at that thing. Just waiting for you to get in it. Waiting for you to get in it. Oh, I love this thing. Wow. All right, let's lock her back up. So if I lock it, does it do anything different? I don't think it does anything different, but let's just see what the process is like. So if I lock it, cool, blinks a couple times, and it turns off. And there she's going to bed. All right. Good night. A beautiful sunny day. I couldn't have asked for a better day to film. I just finished detailing the car, like slightly. I didn't detail the whole thing, but I was just trying to use some rubbing compounds on some of the nicks, scratches, little blemishes and whatnot, you know, trying to blend them in as much as possible, and then waxed it over. I understand, obviously, it's a used car, and it's traveled many states and stuff, so it is what it is, right? I get it. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, but as I keep going around the vehicle and stuff, and I'll find like a little nick or something like that, then I just try to address it as much as possible, right? So anyways, I'm done with that. I'm going to back it up, so then that way we can talk about the features out in the sun. And what else? I don't know. It's like 61 degrees today, so I think this is like a perfect opportunity to actually drive with the top down and not look like an idiot, you know? Look at my baby. She's so good looking in the sun. Man, that silver pops. That is insane. I hate silver cars. I have no interest in silver cars whatsoever. Like, literally. This is insane how much I'm in love with the silver. This is such a unique silver. It's crazy. Like right now, I don't know if it comes out in the video, but right now that I'm looking at, it's like, it like shifts in color depending on how you look at it. Wow. Let's start from the front and work our way to the back. Just look at this. Oh, I love this thing. Oh, it looks so good from any angle. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm at a loss for words. It just all flows so well together. Wow. All right. Like, if I don't hurry up, that sun's going to go down. So let's get into the features and everything. So one funny little thing that I just noticed, well, it's not funny, but one thing that I noticed today that I wasn't even paying attention to yesterday and stuff. I mean, I figured this thing had heated seats, but I know it's something small, but it's really nice when it has cooled seats. And so that right now, like, makes all the difference to me. The fact that it has the heated and the cool function, because especially like if you're going to be driving this thing with a top down and everything, especially on those hot days that we get here in Virginia, I mean, just the fact that you can cool your butt, like literally, it makes all the difference. So see, like I keep learning small little things about this vehicle and I'm so in love with it. The other thing is, like, I was trying to play with all the settings yesterday while I was driving home, like the heat and everything. There are so many buttons here. I was trying to find the off, right? For like, I didn't want like heat anymore, stuff, right? Like I wanted to turn it off. I didn't want to turn it on low or whatever. And so like the digital display was there and everything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, where the heck is the off button and everything? And then go figure, it's like right down there or whatever. But it's overwhelming right now. So I'm trying to just grasp everything, absorb it, take it all in. And so like, I haven't even like touched the settings like in the actual command center yet. And so, like I said, that's controlled with this. So yeah. Another little side note though, remember how I showed you guys, did I show you guys? I mean, I did. I don't remember. I haven't looked at like what I filmed yesterday, but anyways. So these right here, right? Like well, if I didn't show you, then I'm going to say it again. So these are faded, right? Like these two on the other side, and then over here, they're faded from the sun, right? So like the cracks and everything, it's not cracks on the outside, it's underneath the plastic. So this is a plastic piece, it's not even glass. And so what I'm thinking is, so Sarath, he's gonna tint my window so then he can put the black wrap on top of there, right? Like a gloss black, and then it'll look brand new. Not just that, the reason why I bring this up again is because check this out. Okay, so yesterday when I was showing you guys, the buttons and everything. So see, this thing's chipping. And so now the P doesn't just light up, like the light comes through all that. And so I'd like to fix that. And so I was looking on the forums, you can actually pop this button off. It's just a clipped on button to the mechanism underneath. So you can pop that off, even if you can't pop it off. I'm going to see if, however Sarath would like to do it, see if he can get like a brushed silver wrap, you know, just a small little piece right here, right? Like that's about like 1 inch by 2 inches or something like that. You know, 1 inch by 2.5 or whatever. And then see if he can we can lay it over, and then that way maybe we can use like an X-Acto knife or something and cut out like a rough, you know, like a rough etching of a P or whatever, just so then the light shines through. So yeah, so something small like that or whatever. But see, small little things like this don't bother me. Like it's the big picture that I'm happy with, right? As long as the vehicle drives great and no mechanical issues and stuff like that, you know, like small little things like this, I can fix this when I have time and whatnot, you know. And then especially since the leather's in such great conditions, I've seen so many times where this leather is just completely worn off and you don't even see the SL. Like that would be horrible. You'd have to change out everything. You'd have to change out the shifter and stuff like that. And I can imagine probably going to cost, you know, maybe like $1,000 just for this little like piece or whatever, you know. And then yeah, so everything else is great. Like while I'm talking to you guys, I was like, wait, is anything else worn off and stuff? But nope, everything's great. So let's start talking about everything else. Okay. All right. So first feature I want to go over, like check this out. This is so cool. All right, so I'm gonna start the car and I'm gonna show you something really, really cool. All right. So tints the glass on the roof. And so it goes from clear to a super dark blue, so then that way it you know, it blocks out the sunlight and the UV rays and everything, right? So it keeps everything cooler. So check this out. So you can push a button. Right now I think it's tinted, so I hope it comes out in the video. If it doesn't, I'm gonna pull it in, and then that way you guys can get a better view. Check this out. So push the button. Okay, so now see, it got darker. It got super, super dark. Like I can't see out of it now. I can't even see the roof. Can't even see the roof of my neighbor's house. So now if I push the button, now I can see the roof clearly. So, you know what? I'm gonna pull it in as well, just in case it didn't come out. So now you guys can get a closer look, but it's crazy. So you push the button and I guess it sends an electric current through the glass and somehow that tints it. I didn't do more research than that. I don't really care to. I just think that is a super epic feature. I didn't even know that technology existed, especially back in 2013. I don't even know any new cars that do this. I mean, then again, like I said, it's my first Mercedes, so bear with me. But yeah, so check this out. I'm gonna bring it in closer, and then that way I can show you guys. So. Okay. All right, let's see if I can hold it back. Okay, so you see, you can see right through the glass, right? So you can see through, why am I yelling? I'm sorry. Okay, so you can see right through the glass right there, right? And so now I'm gonna push this button, right? So I'm gonna try to move it further back, right? Okay, so just keep paying attention right there. I'm gonna push this button here, right? Isn't that crazy? See? It's like you can't even see through it. You can't even see through it. That is so dope. All right, now let me push the button again. Ta-da! Dude, that is so awesome. So check this one out. All right, I just tested it before I turned on the camera just to make sure it works. All right, so I'm gonna film from like across the street. I hope like no cross traffic or whatever, but you're gonna see the active suspension on this thing. It is so cool. Like I just look out the window and I can tell that it goes up and down. So let me just put this down here and then we're gonna see what we can see. So dope. I hope I captured it on camera. I was looking at like the grass line and I was seeing if it would go up and down or whatever, so I'm hoping it came. So I wish that car wouldn't have passed by, but luckily it passed by at like the right time, so then that way it didn't block the view. All right, let's try this out. Okay, so let's try a view from the inside. Okay, so you know one thing that fascinates me, and I've always loved this every time I'm at a car show and stuff like that, it's wild. The Mercedes, how they have that small little window in the back that also goes down, so then that way it gives you such a crazy like crescent opening along the whole vehicle. So apparently, I guess what you can do, I think the button's like right here. Okay, so this is all 4 windows, right? I think. So we push it, should do them all. So if I push the button, oh, that's so awesome! See? Okay, so now you're just cruising around and you've got, it's not just your window, it's the whole thing. That it just gives you such a good opening. And obviously it's a good, like, you know, I don't have a blind spot. That's fantastic. But yeah, okay. So see, something small like that or whatever might not mean a lot to some people, but to me, I'm like, that is so dope. All right, let's put the top back. All right, so yes, so I gotta pull on the silver lever right there. I gotta pull it back and I hold it. And so this thing goes down in 15 seconds, which is apparently really, really fast. So let's give it a try. Okay. I'm so scared. I don't know why I'm scared. Do it. Up. 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 And there we go. Closed. Down we go. Up. And we're good. We're good. It worked. Dude, this is awesome. Look at this. This is so dope. Oh, this is so much more sunlight and everything than what the Corvette can offer me. Stuff. I'm being blinded right now, like the sun is directly right there. Oh my god. Okay. Another feature. Cool. I think this button right here. So it's like the windscreen button. Remember I was telling you about the trim right there? Look at the trim. Look at the trim. Look at the trim. Look at the trim. Push the button. That's so dope. Look at that. So, see? So now it's all the way up. So, that's so cool. All right, so now if I push the button, and now it goes all the way down. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God, everything fascinates me right now. Okay, so next step, what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna film the top going up, right? I could film it going down or whatever like that, but I'll just film it going up from across the street. Let's see what it looks like. I'm curious to see what it looks like from like a distance. So let's do that. I just realized I hadn't even filmed my car with the roof down. That looks still so good, even with the roof down. Like, look at that. The car looks different and it still looks so sexy. Look at that. Man, now you get a much better view of the inside, right? So you got your speakers, the whole interior right there. Look at that. I love this thing. I love this thing. There's still plenty of room, by the way. You can put stuff back here. Like, you don't have to think that like there's no room whatsoever to do stuff with this. Like, I've got plenty of room, even though I don't have that like the wide open trunk like the Corvette. The trunk still offers plenty of room for bags underneath where the roof is stored. And I mean, you've got room back here and stuff, and then you've got a big footwell in there and stuff. You know, I don't really want to put stuff in the passenger seat, but you get what I'm saying. So this is so awesome. Oh my gosh, this thing looks so good with the top down. Oh, I love it. All right, now time to film the top going back. All right, let's do the roof. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Oh, I'm fascinated with that. Like, look at this thing. That thing looks so good with the windows down. Right? Right? Ugh, this thing is so gnarly. Hello, sir. Driver's license and registration, please. Look at that. That is so dope. Man. I don't think it has an active exhaust, so even sport mode, like sport mode, I haven't pushed sport mode. I was driving home in comfort mode yesterday. Just right there, right? So if you can see that, yeah. So it's got ABC, right? Active body control suspension package. So it's got the sport, comfort, and then you can go up and down on it. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this button is. I don't know. See, I would need the driver, the owner's manual. I would need the owner's manual in order to be able to figure out what the heck this one does too. And I was in eco mode too, by the way. I had this button turned on. I think this is the one that turns off the engine. Yeah, this one is start stop with the engine, so I don't really care for that. But then this is, what is this? Okay, so this is the suspension one. This is the transmission one. So this is sport, manual, and then I guess eco for the transmission shift points and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's just all these little features and everything, but the fact that just the V8, it's so quiet. Like, I think that Rentec did a dyno on this thing, and it actually makes more power than what Mercedes says. So Mercedes said it was like at like 429 or whatever like that horsepower and 500 like pounds of torque or something like that. And so Rentec did the independent dyno, and so they found out that it's like 450 something horsepower and it's like 530 pounds of torque, which is great because it's very rare for you to find a like for you to find the case that your vehicle's actually making more power than what it's advertised. I haven't done it yet, but this thing, every single YouTube review on this vehicle, every time it just broke traction. And so it's gonna need some sticky tires, but not just that. I mean, it's gonna be a roller, right? It's gonna be a roller just like the Vet and stuff like that. I mean, if you're gonna be pushing that kind of power, you're not gonna get traction from the get-go. I mean, it has launch control as well, apparently, somewhere in those crazy features. I'm telling you, it's gonna take forever for me to figure out everything this vehicle can do. And that's, so today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday, I'm gonna call Mercedes, and I'm gonna see if they can send me a physical copy, like ASAP, because I really want to dig deep into this thing. But it's got all these features, and you got to go into like one setting and then other setting, got to hold down a button and all this blah blah. And so yeah, I mean, I can't do any of that stuff. I mean, I could Google it maybe and stuff, but I'd rather have the book right there next to me while I'm doing it. Not just that, okay, so get this. So apparently one of the best features that I was going to do it on video, but there's no point. I might as well just talk about it. It's not like you guys are going to see the difference. Adaptive transmission, if I'm saying it correctly. Point being, so it's a 7-speed automatic transmission, but it adapts to the driver. And so right now, this transmission right now, it's mated to the previous owner, right? So like it learned how the previous owner was driving it. And so I guess whatever it does, maybe those are the different shift points, you know, like the shift points are a certain way right now based on the previous owner. And so there's a very easy way to actually clear that. And so then this way, now the transmission will start to get to learn how you drive, right? And so I saw a video on that. It takes like 2 minutes, literally. And then it resets everything and you're good to go. It doesn't affect anything else or whatever like that, but it just resets the transmission and then you're good. So I'm eager to see how that would change the vehicle. I haven't even driven the vehicle enough. Like literally, this is gonna be my first day driving the vehicle. I just drove it home yesterday from the dealership. All right, this vehicle was like almost impossible to get. I say that, and not even too lightly. Okay, so this vehicle was in Fairfax, right? It was at a Fairfax dealership. And my friends work at another dealership owned by the same people, okay? And so I've always understood it, and I mean, they explained it the same way. If you see a vehicle that's on the lot, or you see a vehicle that's in the inventory and yeah, on the lot, at another dealership, whatever, and it's the same people, right? Like, so if it's like Oarsman, right? Let's say like Oarsman Kia, Oarsman Nissan, or something like that, or whatever. You can have that vehicle at the other dealership and you can do business with that other dealership, right? As long as you're in the showroom, you can get the vehicle. Well, anyways, I saw the vehicle online, and so I had heard the guy wasn't sure about selling it yet, right? Like I guess the manager or whatever at the dealership. And so he was like, well, I'll let you guys know. And he was talking to my friends at the other dealership. And so I just took it upon myself to go drive over there and just speak to the guy. Right? Like I was just leveling with him. I was letting him know that I'm a car enthusiast. And so I just had a quick question. So I was like, hey, I know you weren't sure about selling it. Do you know like if you're going to sell it now? And so he was like, yeah, I decided that I am going to sell it as of today or whatever. And I was like, oh, fantastic. Great. Okay, cool. Well, I'm super interested in this car. Well, then my pep, my giddiness, my bubbliness, or whatever, my ability to not stop talking, I guess got me in trouble because I started hyping up the car. I was like, oh dude, yeah, please, I want this car so badly. It is so rare. There's less than 300 with in the country with these exact packages and stuff. This thing's fully loaded, blah blah. It's so hard to find. The price that you're offering it at with only 24,000 miles, it's unheard of. I've never even seen something like this advertised online. So I'm an idiot. I get it. And so I guess he ran with all that, right? And so he literally told me into my face, so verbal agreement, but that doesn't mean anything. He was like, yeah, oh man, I had no idea I had priced it so low. And then like the guy that was working with him, he was like, yeah, see, idiot, you should have priced it higher. And so he was like, ah, whatever, I'll honor this price. And I was like, all right, cool, awesome. Well, anyways, the reason why I hyped everything up and the reason why I was talking so casually and stuff like that, because I didn't foresee a problem. I assumed he's just going to send it right over to my friend's dealership. They're both the same company and stuff. So I was like, all right, no problem. Well, it turns out I get to my friend's dealership and I'm like, hey, did you already give him a call and stuff like that? He was like, yeah, he's not giving up the car. I was like, wait, what? I was like, why? I was like, doesn't he have to give it to you? If I'm going to buy it, I'm not kidding. I'm going to buy it. You know, I'm going to buy it. And he was like, right. That's not the problem. He was like, the problem is that now he wants to sell it like on his own and stuff, which he can't do. He has to give up the car. However, Now he's giving us excuses like, oh, well, I gotta do the 125-point inspection first. I gotta get it detailed. We gotta do the inspection and emissions and all this, blah, blah, blah. And so he was like, he's wasting time and stuff like that. And I'm worried that he might have another buyer lined up or something like that, and he's gonna sell it for more. And so I was like, oh man, I hope that's not the case. Well, also, the dude, like I'm telling you, within 2 hours of me running my mouth off, the dude hiked up the price. So now the price, instead of 37, it was, so for 24,000 miles, with 24,000 miles on it, he was advertising it at $37,700, so $37,700, right? That's insane good, because compared to Car Gurus and Auto Trader and all those websites that I scoured, there was nothing that compared. Everything was super high mileage, and nothing had the packages that this one does. It didn't have any of those. So anyways, he hiked it up to 42, okay? And so he was like, well, that includes like the fluid changes and all these other things, blah, 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 and stuff. Okay, cool, I get that. But at the same time, you had already done that, and you told me you were gonna sell it at 37, okay? So whatever, fine, it was verbal contract, it wasn't written down. I get it, okay, whatever, moving on. Dude, like my friends got so mad. They had to get the general managers involved and stuff like that. They had never seen a situation like that where the person just didn't want to give up the car, right? And so ultimately they got the owners involved. And so then the owners got really upset with him, the guy at the Fairfax dealership. And so my friends ended up buying it for $42,000. And so like that was a big markup and stuff. Luckily that didn't translate over to me, because I'm fortunate enough to have such wonderful friends who, they were like, don't worry about it, man. I won't make any money off of this or whatever. I'll give you the car for what you were thinking. And so I was like, all right, awesome. Thank you so much, man. But that right there, because of the fact that they lose out on money, they had to buy, one dealership had to buy from another dealership, and they're owned by the same company and stuff. I mean, that's when they got the owners involved and all that. And so now they're all aware of that, and that's not good for business. And so, yeah, so the guy just didn't want to give it up. And so then finally, after the owners got involved in like, I don't know, they must have like been strict with him or something. The general manager must have been upset. When my friends went to go pick up the vehicle, because they were like, no, you're not driving it over. Nobody from your dealership's driving it over. I'm going to go pick it up, and then I'm going to bring it by. And so I really appreciate that from my friends who did that, right? Because I didn't know, I didn't want them to drive it all crazy or anything like that, or, you know, or maybe like they hit like something or whatever. And so I was like, I'd rather just have my friends drive it and then take it to the dealership for when I'm finally ready to go in and do business. And so they brought it over, but then the guy was super nice. The guy was super, super nice. He was like, oh, hey, how's it going and stuff like that. Do you guys need anything, blah, blah, and stuff. Hey, so I hope you guys have a good day and everything, you know, can't wait to like, you know, be able to like do business with you guys again and stuff. And he wasn't being sarcastic. He was just, I can assume he probably was just like, I got in so much trouble, I shouldn't have done this. There was no need to do all that drama. Like it took us, instead of me being able to get the car, the day that I went to go see the vehicle, right, I could have had the car that afternoon. It would have been as easy as them bringing it over to the dealership, and then I would have done business there. It took us, I think, 4 to 5 days to figure it all out, and then for me to finally have the vehicle. So that whole time, everything was uncertain stuff, and it was just unnecessary drama and stress. So check this out. I'm gonna wrap the video up, but I wanted to talk about something real quick. But before I talk about that, I just want to show this. This is so cool. So, turn on the car. The dynamic auto leveling headlights are so sick. Dude, it's so awesome. You turn the wheel left, they go that way. You turn the wheel right, they go that way. You go up, they go up. And it's I've never seen headlights like that, so I'm fascinated by it. All right, so yeah, I turned on the car because it's freezing. Anyways, all right, so pretty sure earlier in the video I was complaining about no owner's manual, right? So this thing came with everything, and then I was like, well, that sucks. I was like, where are the owner's manuals, man? And so apparently, like, an owner's manual for this thing is gonna be like, I don't know, like $200 something or whatever like that, right? Because they don't keep them in stock. But anyways, check this out. Okay, so yeah, obviously, like, no owner's manual right there, right? You know, like, you have no space for it. And well, I just found out you don't have space for it. I'll tell you why. So you can put like a pen here and whatever the heck goes here. But anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be a clean compartment always. Why? Because of the fact And then I was like, all right, well, what am I gonna do? I was like, where could it be? I was just like randomly thinking, is that the only storage compartment that exists in here? I was like, it's got so much storage compartments here, right? Like this, and then this, and then this right back here, right? For your wine, you can put like the wine bottle there and everything. And so I was like, well, okay, so behind the passenger side, there's the battery compartment. So I was like, well, what's behind here, right? And so, let me move this out of the way. And so I was like, well, what's behind here? And so I look back there and I see a little button, right? Do I have a flash on here? Okay, cool. So I got flash, right? So I was looking at the battery compartment, and then I was like, well, what's back here? And then I look and I see that. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, okay, push the button, let's find out what it does. Right? Okay. And so I was like, oh, secret compartment. And so without looking, I kind of just reached back here and I was like, what's in here? And I was like, wait a minute, what the heck is this? I was like, it feels like leather. And so I grabbed, oh God, it's heavy. Oh, okay. And ta-da! There we go. Brand new owner's manual, brand new everything. Like, it's, by the way, this leather is like, this is amazing leather, by the way. Like, this is a really, really nice case. And it comes with like a nice brooch, whatever. None of these have ever been looked at, by the way. They're all brand new. I got the SL owner's manual right there, along with a whole bunch of other stuff or whatever. But point being, I was dying for this owner's manual because there are so many features. Iridium silver SL550 MB, nice. Anyways, all right. So there's so many features with this vehicle that I have no idea. I have no idea, like, all these things that it does. I don't even know what this button does. I need to read and figure out what this button does, all right? I've been playing with these buttons, obviously. I know what these buttons do, but I don't know what this button does. So, and then I bet you there's a billion features in here that I have no idea, about. You guys will get what I'm saying. But anyway, that's a pretty dope feature. Then it's also got Distronic, so that's what tells me how close I am to things. So I've got like a sensor up front that it starts flashing more and more until I get super close to something. And then obviously it's got the rear sensors and everything. And that's just a handful of stuff. There's probably a billion things that I haven't even brought up in this video. So yeah. Oh, also like, there's gotta probably be a way that I can, like, obviously all the memory, yeah, right there. Okay, cool. Yeah, the memory stuff for the seat. There's gotta be a way to have it so like when I open the door, like in the Corvette, it adjusts, it like moves the seat back and then it puts the steering wheel up so you can get out of the vehicle easier, and then you can push the button and obviously everything will probably go back to where you normally have it. So I'm gonna bet my money that that feature exists. I guess it just hasn't been programmed, so I gotta do that. And I gotta reset the transmission. I never got around to resetting the transmission, so I gotta do that. Cool little tidbit. I stopped by GTP's and Galen told me that, because I was like, hey man, I'm gonna buy some Rentec stuff. And he was like, oh dude, we're a distributor of Rentec, so awesome, I can get a discount thanks to Galen. But not just that, Galen was like, well, what are you gonna do with Rentec and stuff? I was like, well, I'm gonna get the lowering module and stuff, so I'm gonna go with that, and then that way I can get it at a discount. But not just that, I was gonna go with the Rentec tune, and then Galen was like, dude, we can tune your vehicle for cheaper and we can make it way better than the Rentec tune. And then on top of that, I asked Galen, I was like, hey, can we tune the transmission? And so we'll probably go with that. But anyways, that's for a later date. I'm just throwing out what I'm gonna do next later on, not right now. Trust me, I'm broke. I should not even think about modding the vehicle like this. Trust me, I had to buy a bunch of stuff to like fix little things here and there on the vehicle. So yeah, the funds for modifying it as much as I wanted to at first, all out the window. But anyways, all right, so I'm gonna wrap the video up there. Point was to get in the vehicle, stay warm, and talk to you guys about the owner's manual, but then I went into totally different things and stuff. But anyways, all right. So if you like that video, go ahead and click that like button, hit subscribe. I've got like 5 or 6 videos right now saved on the phone. They're all gonna get uploaded. I need to upload this one first. So then that way everything makes sense, because otherwise things are going to be out of order. But I'm going to upload it, and you guys are going to be just seeing constant videos at least for the next month and a half or something. I'm going to try to edit everything real fast and try to get it up there. Otherwise it's going to be like another 3 months before I upload something. So yeah. All right, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.